This is Dec Cluskey, out on my walks again. I'm going skiing. That's not water skiing, snow skiing. A couple of weeks time, so I've got to get myself really fit. Climbing up these hills, up these mountains. It's crazy stuff, but it gets me fit. And I can talk to you very quietly like this. So we talked last week about the rip-off of signing with a record company, not a record company, a publishing company. And there's an interesting point actually, that if you sign with a record company, they will automatically, oh it's rough here, they'll automatically say to you, oh you'll be signing with EMI Publishing. In other words, if you're with EMI Records, they'll sign you with EMI Publishing. And they'll expect that. Put that the other way around. If you're signed with EMI Publishing for no advance, no signing fee, absolutely nothing, just on a contract, usually a 2-year contract, I'll go into that later, and you say to them, oh, I'm sure you'll be giving our material to EMI Records and I'll get a deal with them, they will automatically say to you, oh, EMI Records, absolutely nothing to do with us, we're EMI Publishing. See what I mean? Now, this is the second point, second tip about publishing. Always have your own publishing company. Now that way immediately you make 100% of the royalties instead of the 50% that you'll sign away to a publishing company. There are some fantastic publishing companies around, and if you have hot, sellable commercial music, say Ed Sheeran music, you will make a fortune with them, absolutely, and you'll have precious little to do. They'll do all the work for you. But if your material is sort of not really Ed Sheeran standard, then I would suggest that the publishing company will do practically zip for you. I've seen that so many times, and as I said in the last tips, then you have a hit, you get fed up waiting for them, and you do all the work yourself as you should have done in the first place, and then you have a hit. Suddenly you'll get a letter, an email or a phone call from them saying, hello, Acme Music here, you are signed with us, you know, and we noticed that you're number 3 in the charts this week. We'll be picking up all your royalties for you. You feel an idiot because you could have done it all yourself. Protecting your music, that's included in the second tip. Protecting, that's the most important thing. People say they want to protect their music. Easy. What you hear as a rumour is absolutely true. The point is, with protecting your music, bear this in mind. From the time that you write your song, in other words, you play it to your wife, your girlfriend, your loved one, your serious lover, your friends, your pals down the pub. From that moment, it's in the public domain. Therefore, you are protected. From the first moment you put your music to solid form, and that means in writing or on a disc, on your computer, anything that can be provable in law, that music is protected. And don't let anybody tell you any different. And by the way, I have to give the disclaimer that this should not be taken as legal or accounting advice within the laws of any country. But having said that, any sensible person not trying to make a fortune out of you will tell you that simple truth. All you have to do is worry about the fact that somebody in the future may say, hey, I wrote that song, and then take it to court. So all the other bits of business, like for instance the usual one of every time you write a song and commit it to a CD or a hard disk or a flash key, whatever, then simply put it into an envelope and send it to yourself with a recorded delivery note or even a registered letter. Or, in the extreme, people know, put them into a bank. You can have a bank deposit box. But it's simply extra proof in front of a lawyer, in front of a judge, that he will be able to say, there's the proof. Now, the usual proof in the States, and if anybody in the States is looking at this, you'll know this anyway, I'm sure, is to register your music with Library of Congress. And that simply means that then, if you go to court, as soon as you produce that from the Library of Congress, it's done deal. The case is finished. Judge doesn't want to hear anymore. So it's all about proof. That's what it's all about. Now, if you have your own publishing company, and obviously it's perfectly true again, your pals down the pub, your wife, everybody else knows that you wrote the song because you sang it to them. As soon as you finished the song, you were so excited, you rushed in, you sang it to them. And then you probably made a simple demo and you played it to them. So that's further proof. But the best proof of all then, if you've got your own publishing company, is you write yourself a simple contract. It's very easy. Acme Publishing Company, Flying Pig Music Company, and there we are. That's fantastic proof. Think about it. When you stand up in front of the judge will say, "What proof have you got?" And you say, "Well, there's the publishing company contract." People worry, I'll finish this by saying, people worry that if you go with your own publishing company, then you lose out on all the promotion that a major publishing company will give you. That is sort of true, but then sort of not true, because in my experience and the experience of a lot of people, a novice writer going with a major publishing company, it's only a piece of paper with a signature on it, and they will do precious little to help you. But as I say, in 2 years' time, they come out of the woodwork when you have the hit. That's why it's essential, and this is a side little tip as well, it's essential if you do sign with any sort of a publishing company, and they'll sign you easily, no guarantees, make sure you have what's called a 2-year moratorium. In other words, after 2 years, if you don't get measurable success, then the copyright reverts completely to you. Okay? And even if you have a contract where you have a 5-year contract, a 7-year contract, 10-year contract, make sure you have reversion contract paragraphs in there. In other words, it has to be renegotiated after 5 years. I had a recording contract, and thank goodness we had all that in place. So our first song was a major hit, and we were able to go in immediately and renegotiate. So there's a good tip for this week, and don't forget to have a look at how to start your own publishing company for £100. Probably the best-selling, self-producing publishing company manual there is in the world. I get loads and loads of phone calls about it every day. I have people all over the world ringing me. It's absolutely brilliant. Costs pennies, as you'll see, and you get free access to me, and that is 24/7. Free access with all the advice I can give you. So, this is Dec Cluskey, Serious Writers Guild. Up on the Downs again. I'll show you where I am. That's the Downs. Isn't that wonderful? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And right out to sea, and that's where I live, right over past me. So, Dec Cluskey, Serious Writers Guild, signing off for this time. See you then. Bye.
You lie awake, think about the girl